Okay, so for my systems thinking discussion, I have a particular school system in mind, particularly their curriculum and instruction department. So from the top down, we have the executive director of curriculum and instruction, the curriculum and instruction supervisor, the curriculum and instruction specialist, principals, instructional partners, teachers, and students. So within this system, we've got the executive director of curriculum and instruction, who houses the curriculum and instruction specialist, who specializes in elementary education, and the curriculum and instruction supervisor, who specializes in secondary education. These individuals converse and discuss the district wide goals and make sure that the district initiative is then communicated to the individual building instructional partners and principals, who then, of course, within their buildings, discuss the district initiative together to then present it all to the teachers in their buildings. And then, once the teachers in the building receive the district initiatives, of course, then they're supposed to use that information to inform their instruction. That then, of course, goes towards the students. So within this system, I wanted to look at a smaller feedback loop between the instructional partner, the teachers, and the students. And so the instructional partner, of course, receive their district-wide curriculum initiative from central office. And of course, they present it to the teachers. The teachers then receive that initiative from the instructional partner, which is then supposed to inform their teaching practices. And then, of course, the teachers present the information to the students. And in a perfect world, the students would receive that instruction, and all of the district goals will have been met, and the instructional partners can report that back to central office, etc. But we all know that we do not live in a perfect world. And so sometimes that feedback loop may have a few steps between getting to all three of these parties. For instance, if the teachers do not understand the initiative, or sometimes they're feeling overwhelmed, because we all know that teachers have lots on their plates. They may be inundated with information, resources, all sorts of things. So they may have questions for their instructional partners, and their instructional partners may then have to go back to the curriculum and instruction specialists and supervisors, and there may be some back and forth there, extensions, deadlines, all sorts of things that have an interplay within this feedback loop. So while we're thinking of all of this interplay and the cause and effect, I do have a few questions that came to mind. One of these is, what happens when there's little to no teacher buy in with district initiatives? And so when teachers often do not feel heard or seen, nor do they understand where the district is trying to go, maybe the district vision may have not been fully explained, or maybe it's not as clear to the teachers as the district would like it to be. Anyway, in whatever regard, there may be some kind of breakdown, and ultimately the end goal is lost, and then students are not prepared for life beyond our school walls because of that confusion and that lack of buy-in from the teachers. Which also leads me to my next question: how do district initiatives influence teaching and learning? And so, while the district may have a goal of providing and ensuring a viable, equitable educational opportunity for each student that comes through the system, if teachers do not buy in and or are too focused on making the district initiative look pretty on paper or sound like it's actually going on, if the actual education and instruction is not going on in the classroom, then of course the system's goal is not met, which all comes back to whether or not the teachers fully understand what they're supposed to be doing and or fully buy into the district initiative in the first place. And that also kind of leads me into my third question, which is how do district initiatives influence interpersonal relationships within school districts? So a lot of times when these district initiatives are handed down, if teachers don't buy in and are not trusted to be the professional experts in their classrooms, which they are the ones dealing with the students day in and day out, and knowing what the students need, all of those things. If the teachers feel that those aspects are being ignored, then their resentment may come to fruition between whomever is um, delivering the district wide initiatives. So there are lots of things that come into play, the interplay within all of these components of the system, all have lots of consequences. And then finally, as a reflection, our systems work when I think all parts of the feedback loop are explored and not ignored. So we want to make sure that if our students are going to truly benefit from our education systems, then we've got to make sure the systems themselves are working in tandem and not at odds with each other.